Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toyscapades channel in Malaysia. On the channel today, I'm taking a look at a truly glorious retro themed release. This is the all-new Transformers 40th anniversary edition of Soundwave. Soundwave, the cool Decepticon communicator who transforms into a micro-cassette recorder, included in this all-new set with animation-inspired colors and two of his transforming cassette lieutenants, Laserbeak and Ravage. I was surprised to see this at the local hobby store. I had no idea that this thing was already out there. But anyway, this was definitely going to be a must-get for me. I'm not a G1 completist, but the original Soundwave design and model has always been a favorite for me, so there was just no question about me getting this. The packaging box is fully inspired by the original 80s box, everything from the artwork to the fonts, the product photos that you see all along the top of the box, the photos that you see all along the sides. Let's see here, is there anything on the bottom? There is. And also on the back with the classic battle scene artwork of Autobots and Decepticons waging their battle in space. At the bottom, you get the classic style biodata and tech specs information, although these appear to have a modern day update to them, as instead of stating their abilities in print like strength, intelligence or endurance, all this is now represented by icons, as you can see here. Now, the box opens up smoothly to reveal the inner tray where everything has been housed neatly in its respective compartments. The set of course comes with cartoon style colors, so they've removed any trace of the chrome parts that were on the G1 original figure. This was already highlighted in the press release statements from Hasbro months ago, but what's interesting here is seeing how well the animation deco comes across on this classic mold. Now, could there have been a way for them to still retain the chrome sections anyway? Well, of course, but this just isn't that, okay? However, those fall stickers on Laserbeak, really nice. Now, you get a lavish instruction manual detailing all the transformation steps. However, don't sweat it, because Soundwave has always been one of those figures that you could just transform simply by looking at it out of the package, and I'm super impressed that Soundwave has got a lot of heft to him. This is without a doubt the same original mold from the 1980s, just painted over, and it feels solid and sturdy. None of that cheap plastic nonsense. Now, I think that the animated colors look really bright and nice. This translation might not be for everyone, but it works for me. Now, those buttons in the center used to be chrome, but now they're just flat grey. The parts of the micro cassette player mode still work. For instance, the dial on this side can turn, while on this other side, you have this on-off button that you can slide up and down. This button on the top here allows you to pop open the cassette tray. It's spring-loaded to open, and you can close it smoothly and pop it open again. Just insert and replace any one of Soundwave's companion cassettes smoothly. This is a very satisfying play feature even after 40 years. On the back here, you have this clip-on section that can actually be attached to your belt or your jeans. Now, I suppose that a lot of kids back in the 80s used to carry Soundwave around just like that. And this whole section can in fact be opened. You can slide it open to reveal an inner compartment where the batteries are supposed to go in. The batteries, of course, are his handheld missile launchers, and when not in use, they can in fact be placed right here for storage. Everything fits nicely. Just get them in their slots and seal them up. Okay, transformation time. Now, you need to split the sides of the micro cassette player to form Soundwave's legs. Swing them down to the bottom and then rotate them at the hip section to the front like so. Repeat on the other side and you will find that the joints are tight, which is fantastic because you don't want the sides coming undone while this thing is in player mode. Next, flip down these sections here that form the robot feet. Now, these are solid die-cast parts, okay? They're not plastic, but they're die-cast. Further evidence that this entire mold has been reused from the original. Now, you will notice that they retain the die-cast joint sections on the interior frame. All this no doubt adds to the robot's sturdy nature, But I'm not happy at the uneven work at how the open plastic sections here were cut. Okay, this thing right here, this seems like sloppy work. All right. Now, after that, you want to flip these sections on the back here to the sides, and these will form Soundwave's arms. Push out the buttons on the sides here to reveal his hidden fist. And finally, pull out this top section here, rotate it around so you can finally see Soundwave's face. Like I said, the transformation on him is one of the simplest, and yet he turns into one of the coolest looking Transformers of all time. And in both cassette player and robot mode, he looks realistic and believable. Now, I like everything about this design. The toy and the mold has always been one of my favorites, but I have noticed that somehow this left leg overall feels a bit loose. Okay, alright, it's just this one thing right here. Okay, for some reason this section here shakes a little bit more. Okay, it's not supposed to be like that. I think maybe it's just the engineering of this thing, but whatever it is, okay, it just frustrates me. Alright, I know the die-cast parts probably make it hard for the plastic to hold on to, but still, come on, okay, it shouldn't be like this. The Soundwave set also includes two of his cassette companions, Laserbeak and Ravage. I think this is an incredible deal to have a pair of his cassettes as part of the package, and the first thing you want to do is to see how smoothly they fit into his cassette tray and how everything looks like when it's sealed up. And also if you can pop the tray open as easily with the cassette inserted inside. The attention to detail and the ability for the toy to recreate some of its alternate modes functions, like having cassette-shaped Transformers fit inside, has always been something that fascinated me. You might say that these are some pretty crudely shaped cassettes. Well, they had to get all the robot parts folded in there to form the basic required shape, so at times the translation seems forced, but you can get all these parts opened up to reveal his true form. And of course, with Ravage here in his Jaguar mode is one truly iconic character in Transformers pop culture. Most people would want him displayed just like this in his Beast mode only, even if it is a bit skinny looking. However, attaching the missile rockets to his sides completes the look and just adds a whole new level of awesomeness. Of course, on the original 80s release, the missiles were chrome too, but here, at least they went with a shiny grey plastic paint decor. By comparison, Laserbeak has a far more realistic cassette mode, mainly because his creature mode is so cleverly and ingeniously hidden. But somewhere under all of this, once you get everything out and folded open, somewhere here is indeed a mechanical looking eagle. That's right, okay, one that looks suitably menacing and even more deadly once you get the lasers attached to him. Absolutely amazing looking. Of course, when these lasers are not attached, there's no place for them to be stored anywhere. Okay, not on Laserbeak or on Soundwave. You just have to make them disappear. Okay, one of the batteries is of course Soundwave's shoulder cannon. This thing splits apart. Don't ask me why, but it's meant to be attached together and placed on Soundwave's right shoulder like so, bringing his overall look closer to completion. The Soundwave set also comes with 3 missiles. These are flat grey in color. They had chrome paint on them with the originals, and I wish they had used the same shiny grey paint as they did with the weapon accessories that came with the cassettes. The other battery works as the missile launcher. Push the missile tip inside until you hear it click. Now, pressing this tiny button on the top is supposed to make the missile fire out in a spring-loaded action. I've been pressing it, but nothing's happening, guys. Doesn't this thing shoot? I have no idea what the hell's going on here. You can manually release the missile when the button is pressed, but it doesn't shoot out. Okay? Now, is that only on my unit, or is this the way that they meant it to be? I mean, the packaging doesn't say really shoots out missile or anything like that, but that's what it's supposed to do, right? Okay, since it's the re-release of the original figure. By the way, you can extend the missile launcher to make it longer, but it's not going to make the missile shoot out either, right? Now here's a shot of the new 40th anniversary animation colored Soundwave next to the original G1 Soundwave mold, so you guys can see how they pair up together. I do want to do a follow-up video and compare the two of these guys more closely. Let's see how the response to this video is first. If I get something like maybe 100 likes in the next 48 hours, I'll get started on part 2. The Soundwave anniversary reissue is a really nice display set, but it does have its issues, okay, at least on mine, and that is just extremely disappointing, okay. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join up as a channel member and have access to special perks like exclusive content, Q&A, video requests, and all kinds of fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch all of you again real soon.